In this short video, I'm going to show you how I dropped 80 pounds without doing endless amounts of cardio, cutting out carbs, and starving myself and having to repeat the cycle every Monday. When we think of significant fat loss, it doesn't have to be grueling and backbreaking. You'll be surprised. Simplicity is always key. I spent years yo-yo dieting. I grew up as the chubby kid. I went for extreme diets, bounce backs. I was smoking the you know what, and that had an effect on me because the munchies would just hit and I couldn't control it. It just wasn't pretty. I grew up struggling with my weight, not understanding nutrition, about how different food groups affect my body. The breaking point. The world shut down and I got the biggest I've ever got. Now, before then, I didn't look terrible, but I was kind of just on cruise control, gaining some weight, losing just enough to look, passable, but I still wasn't confident in my physique. So at that point, I said, Reese, that's enough. You need to create a system for yourself that you can actually stick to because you're constantly going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You need something more structured that doesn't make you feel too restricted, but you can still make progress and sustain that progress. My approach. Now, it might shock you. I'm going to be real with you guys. I kept eating the same foods. My diet wasn't the best. It was a lot of takeaways, but I just reduced the amount of them because I knew calories in, calories out. Because I knew as long as you're eating less, you're doing exercise, as big as I was, I'm going to lose some weight. And then gradually, I introduced fruit, vegetables, better food choices. My palate got adjusted to eating those foods again. And I made tiny changes that compounded over time. That's the key. I didn't cut everything out and overly restrict myself because that's what led to the bounce backs before. So whatever that looks like for you, you make tiny changes and you start slow and scale it up. You got to think to yourself, this is a lifestyle change. This isn't a diet that I'm going to end in 2 weeks. Whatever I'm going to do now, I intend to live like for the rest of my life. So it has to make sense. It has to be something that you can stick to and you can gradually adjust over time. The mindset shift. I had to tell myself, all right, as much as I've got in this great shape now, I'm not going to stay sharp all year round, and that's okay. As long as I have a buffer, a weight that I don't want to go above, a look that I don't want to go beyond. So I stick between a range. And because I've created a system, my system helps keep me within that range. And if I do happen to go above it, I know exactly what to do to get right back into shape again. Because I've built that discipline muscle. I've built that structure in myself from years and years of doing this. So if you want a structure and you like the sound of my voice, I've recorded an audiobook and a PDF so you can listen to it on your walks or read in your spare time. That's available in the description below, and it ain't going to break the bank. I also offer one-to-one coaching that's also available in the description below. But what do I know? I'm just a dude named Reese. Peace.